Hi everyone. Thought I'd jump in again today, and I have just done a meditation and a cleansing and prayer of protection, and I was about to sit down and try and ask my guides and angels for some more information about the Summerwells case. It just absolutely breaks my heart that it has been over a year and no one knows what's happened to this sweet little girl. So I think it's time that we see if we can tap in. If you didn't see my previous video, I did a video a few days ago that actually was sharing some information that I'd received through communication from my guides, but that also came through a dream that confirmed some of that information. So tonight, what I thought we would do is use some divining rods. I don't know if you've seen these before or you've seen other people use them. They are just a tool, and how I use the divining rods is that we can ask yes and no questions and have the divining rods respond to those yes and no questions. But I'm also going to share with you any other information that I'm seeing or hearing that's coming through when I'm asking those questions, as well as getting the yes and no answers. So just to give you a little bit of an idea of how these work, if you haven't seen them before, this is actually a free turning area there. And there's a bar in the center here. Now that bar, you can see I can move it in a circle there. It's not attached to this pole at all. So when you're using the divination rods, you are just holding on to them on that rod, so that, and I'll try and hold them a little bit higher, make sure that my arms are close to my body, which stops any movement from there, so that you can see the ends of these. And hopefully you can see fairly straight with those. Now I am going to do a prayer of protection for everyone that's watching here, so that we are working and we're raising our energy to communicate with God's messenger angels, the spirit guides, and the higher levels of the positive energy. We're not inviting any lower level energies to be able to communicate with us. So I'm going to do that too. It protects me. I have already done this for myself today, but it'll also protect anyone watching this today as well. So we'll just say that prayer of protection. In the name of Jesus Christ, I call upon God's angel messengers to stand guard at the doorway of our souls, to guide us in the way of truth, love, and light, and protect us against any forces of darkness or deception. Amen. We also ask that the angels and messenger guides, if they do have information to share with us regarding Summerwells, we'd like to thank them for any assistance that they can give with that, because it has, as I said, it's been over a year since this young girl was missing, and we really want to help those that stand in need and who are still hurting and in desperation, sadness, not knowing what's going on and having this still unresolved. And this young girl has touched so many people's lives. I mean, obviously there's a direct impact on the family, but the story of this little girl has touched a lot of people. So hopefully we can share some information tonight that may validate the information that I received through in previous communications, or it will dispel some of that information. So that's what we're looking for. I also received a question in comments from one of the viewers of my last video, and we're going to ask that question as well. Okay. So the first thing that we're going to do is, so you can probably hear my cat. My cat loves when I'm working and loves to be in the space, but he also loves to play with these. So to save any interference with the divination rods, I'm not letting him in. Okay. So I'm just going to ask my guides and angels if they will communicate with me about summer wells, and if they're willing to. Oh, there you go. I've got it crossed straight away, which is for my guides when they cross the rods. That's a yes. Thank you. You take the rods back to center. Thank you. And I'll just explain to everyone, when the rods cross, it's a yes. When they open, it's a no. If one opens and one stays forward, then that means ask the question again, because it's not a yes-no question. There's more to it. So the first question that I'd like to ask, if the spirit guides can give us guidance, is, did Summer Wells leave the property on her own? Did Summer leave the property on her own? Right, that's a huge yes. Oh, it's gone all the way. Okay, can you take, oh, thank you. That was a very quick response. Can you take it back, please? Thank you. When I was shown, and I know, thank you guides, I know you know what I'm going to ask and you're going to answer. Can you wait, please, so that I can ask the question first out loud before you respond, so that everyone can see what that response is? Thank you. Thank you. Okay, in the communication that I received, that I shared with everyone last week, I believe that Summer had been gone from the property and to follow the dogs, that she was chasing after her favourite dog, who she was concerned was going down the tracks leading away from the property. Is that correct? Was she following the dogs? Yes or no, please? Thank you. Thank you, that's a yes. Thank you. Can you take the rods back to the centre, please? Was Summer gone from the property more than an hour before her mum realised that she was missing, or has she been gone for an hour? Sorry, I'm going to change that. Let's ask the question more clearly. Had Summer left the property for more than an hour before her mother realised that she was missing? Yes. Can you take them back, please? Thank you. Had Summer left the property for more than 2 hours before her mother realised that she was missing? Okay. Well, let me try that again. Was she off the property for 2 hours, not more than, up to 2 hours? Up to 2 hours before her mother realised she was missing? Yes, okay. Thank you. So it was closer to 2 hours. Was Summer off the property 3 hours before her mother knew that she was missing? Was she off the property 3 hours? Okay, that's a no. So what's confirming there is that Summer was gone from 1 to 2 hours before Candace realised that she was not there. Does either of the parents know what happened to Summer? Definitely know, not just have an idea. Do they really know what happened to Summer? No, they don't. Okay, thank you. Do the parents think they know? Do they think they know what happened? Do they have an idea what happened to Summer? Yes. So the answer there is yes. Thank you. Did Summer lose her direction going through the bush trails the day she went missing? Did Summer lose direction? Did she get lost the day that she went missing? Yes. Yes. Was Summer purposely abducted that day by someone? Was Summer purposely abducted that day? Was she taken on purpose? Was it planned? No. Okay. Oh. Was Summer accidentally run over by a vehicle that day? Was Summer accidentally run over by a vehicle that day? That's a big yes. Okay, take it back, thank you. Did that person that ran her over hide her body? Did the person that ran her over hide the body? Okay, let's take it back. Take it back. Did the person that ran over Summer check that she had passed? Was it immediate? So that's going to be 2 questions. Sorry, guys, I've got to keep it to 1 for the yes and no's. Did Summer die instantly when she was hit by the vehicle? Did she die instantly? Yes. Okay. Does anyone else other than the person who hit her with the vehicle know what happened? Does anyone else other than the person who hit her with the vehicle know, or have they told anyone else? They have. Okay, they have told somebody else. Okay. Is this other person also covering up this situation? Yes. Okay. Is the person that hit Summer with the vehicle, I need to word this carefully, hurt children before? Have they hurt children before? Yes. Thank you. Have they been convicted for this? Have they got a criminal record for hurting children? Have they got a criminal record for hurting children? These are big questions. Come on, I need big answers. No, they don't have a criminal conviction for it. Okay. Do they have similar criminal convictions? Do they have other things that they were doing at the time that was criminal activity? Okay. Okay. Did they cover this up because of that other criminal activity? Did they cover up this accident because of this other criminal activity? Yes. Yes. Okay. Okay, so I had a question in my comments of the last video that I did, and that question was from Stickstone, and he asked Don B, did he know the Wells family before Summer went missing? So did Don B know the Wells family before Summer went missing? Okay. See how they're wavering between going to yes and no? So they probably knew of them. I don't think it was a close relationship or a friendship, or that they were really involved with each other. So yes, may have known each other. Okay, let me ask a different question. Spirit Stickstone would like to know, did Don B know the Wells family before Summer went missing? If they knew them as an acquaintance or just someone that they knew but not well, did they know them through other people? Did other people they both know each other? Is there still a connection? Yes, there is still a connection. There is still a connection. Okay, the other thing that I received in the previous communication was that I saw a light brown, older 4-wheel drive being this person's vehicle that they removed Summer's body from that area. Is that their vehicle? Is that correct? Was it a brown or a light tan 4-wheel drive? Was that correct? That's a yes. Thank you, if you can take that back. The other information that I received was the number 96. Did that mean, thank you, can you take them back to center properly so that everyone knows the answer when the answer's there? Thank you, Spirit. Thank you so much. I received the number 96. Does that relate to the distance they travelled to place Summer's body so it wouldn't be found? Is that the distance? Okay, yes. Okay. Is that, thank you, take it back to center. Thank you, Spirit. Was that distance in miles? Was it 96 miles? Is it 96 miles? No. Okay. Was it 90, back to the center, sorry. Was it 96 kilometers? Was it 96 kilometers? Yes, okay, so because this did happen in the US, I'll need to look up the conversion of kilometers to miles to know that distance properly. Spirit, will the person that did this confess? Will they own up to what's happened? No. Spirit, I'm feeling that this person, are they going to face charges for something else? Are they going to face, back to the center properly, sorry. Thank you. Are they going to face charges for something else? They are. Okay. I feel that there's definitely other criminal activity involved with this. That seems to be what's coming through. So I feel like they've either been charged or there could be pending charges to do with this person. Will Summer's physical body ever be found? Will Summer's physical body ever be found? Okay, they're not answering that question. Are you able to answer that question, or you can't tell me that? Is it that you can't tell me the answer to that? Okay. Is that because it's dependent on the free will of someone as to whether or not they follow a lead? Is that the reason? So I feel like there's someone that's still out looking for her diligently. Is that because someone else needs to follow the lead and they may or may not do that? There's free will involved. Is that correct? Thank you. Back to the center. The strange thing about this is that what I'm receiving through is this situation was an accident, it wasn't intentional, but the person was certainly afraid of no one believing that it was an accident. So I'm certainly getting that through. They're certainly involved in other things, and I think that's why that was there, and they're not coming forward about this. But the thing that feels very strongly coming through is that I also feel she was at risk of being abducted, which is strange because the guides are giving me something totally different. But I just want to ask a question about that around validation, because I definitely feel like she was at risk. Was Summer at risk of being abducted by someone with a bad intention towards her? I'll put it that way. Was Summer already at risk of being abducted? She was. Okay. What I feel like I'm getting through from Spirit is that, as horribly sad as this accident actually was, that the accident itself actually saved Summer from greater trauma. Is that correct? Is that correct? That actually this accident saved Summer from worse trauma? Is that correct? It is. Okay. Thank you. Will what happened, or has what happened to Summer put a highlight on some people that had been getting away with things, and this will bring a spotlight on them, stop the activity, or put an end to criminal activity, potential harm to other people? And has that stopped this? Has it stopped it from going forward because of what happened, because Summer is missing? It's strange because I really feel like there's and I this is a hard thing to say, but I also think there's a bigger purpose to why this was her journey. I think that there also seems to be some form of reincarnation down the family line as well. It's almost like Summer's the one to stop what has been a cycle through the family, and through other families bigger than just her family. Is that correct? Is what Summer went through part of her purpose to stop an ongoing karmic cycle in the family? Oh, precious girl. Precious girl. Thank you. Thank you, spirit guides and angels, for bringing that through. We appreciate that. I'm going to close that communication at this point. I think that's gone through long enough. If you have any other questions, I'm still reeling at the moment and my emotions are churning, and all I can say is it's a horrible tragedy. At the same time, I feel like a lot of good has come from this, because the spotlight has been on some very nefarious things, and it stopped some other things from occurring. So what a precious, sweet little girl she is. And I pray that she's in God's arms and being looked after, and that there is resolution and someone does follow that path to find where she is, so that her physical body can rest in peace, and that everyone can be understand what happened here, because it's a truly tragic situation. Look, thank you, all of you, for watching. If you've been watching this, thank you for doing that. Thank you for caring about Summer. Thank you for keeping her story alive, bringing her story to light, not giving up, not forgetting about her. She is a real, living, breathing, beautiful little girl that went missing just over a year ago, and no one knows what has happened to her, and her real story deserves to come to light. And I pray to God that that happens. So thank you, everyone, for watching. If you have any other questions that you would like me to put to Spirit and ask those questions a later time, please add them into comments. If any of this information resonates with other information that you may know of, as you know, I don't know complete ins and outs of this case. I'm in Australia, and I've just sort of been led on this case and led to this through my angels and guides. So hopefully the information being shared is helpful. And if there's anything in this that you too can help to validate and let me know that it matches or coincides with other information that you know, that would be great. Thanks, everybody. Take care.